Welcome to Fringe Fanatics with Chad Lee and Chris Zane.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. It is episode 152 of Fringe Fanatics Sports Podcast. I am Chris Zane.
And I am Chad Lee. We're coming at you.
Coming at you live and alive and back in the saddle as per usual every Tuesday. Right about 5:30. We're a little late today, but hey, things happen. Anyways, it's a rip-roaring week so far. The NBA's starting up. The NHL's in the beginning stages.
Yeah.
MLB, we've got the World Series set up, right? Correct?
Yeah,
we've got it figured out.
There's a lot going on. It's the time of the year when all three major sports are happening at once.
Yeah, and we're all for it.
Yep.
Yes.
Counting 4 if you count hockey.
Yeah, there you go. But yes, we are back, episode 152, and we are happy to be with you all. If you haven't yet, please make sure to go and like, share, subscribe, and follow us on all things social media, and for sure hit that subscribe button on YouTube, because we need more. We've got a lot coming in.
Yep.
But we need more.
Yep. Almost up to 500.
There you go. I love it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so let's get into it, man. How was your weekend?
My weekend was good. It wasn't too eventful. We just went out Friday. She had like a work conference thing downtown. So, and then I went to work on Saturday to start getting ready for this PI coming up.
Oh, no, another one?
Yeah.
Damn it.
Happens annually.
I know.
Every year.
I know. It's that time again.
Yeah, so we did go check out Saturday night that La Casa del Rey that you mentioned.
Yeah. And
I wish I could say that.
I told you the new owners, I think they screwed it up.
Dude, I don't know what happened, but I mean, I kind of liked my food. It wasn't too bad. I got a burrito and then a chili reno on the side.
Pretty hard to mess those up.
No, yeah, exactly. And anytime everything's like smothered in green chili, I'm gonna love it. I'd eat up like eyeballs if that's what it was.
Yeah.
But she got a carnitas taco and then I think a fish taco or something like that. And bro, it was just like the driest thing I've ever seen. And because I was like, what? Is it that bad? And so she gave me like a piece of the carnitas and it was like cold and dry. To where you can't even like swallow it.
Yeah.
So that was kind of a bummer. The margaritas were super weak. You couldn't even taste any tequila in them.
I gave you a bad intel.
Well, and I was nervous too because I remember you saying that it was kind of going downhill. So we were just really wanting to try something new. But we ended up going back to Old Reliable, and we had a little nightcap at State House afterwards.
Nice.
Yeah, they
That's
said
good.
too.
I'm
They're
happy.
like, you should have gone to El Jardín. And they're like, yeah, we're gonna have to go
El
back.
Jardín is where the good place to go.
Yeah,
it's a good one.
Yeah, but that's pretty much about it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. And
I will say, I do want to mention this. Sorry, we went to Don's on Sunday, and obviously it was fun getting to see the Chiefs shut out the Raiders. First time that's happened in Andy Reid's career in the regular season.
Really?
I think I couldn't remember if it was just for the Chiefs or
that.
it was overall, but still pretty wild.
Yeah, that is pretty
He's such a nice guy. He always just like really pulls the foot off the gas. I mean, we were like right on the 5-yard line. Gardner Minshew's in the fourth quarter. And it was like 4th and 5, and he could have either kicked a field goal or let Minshew Mania throw it, put up some more points. But they just run it, and I'm like, come on, dude.
Come on, Andy.
Your Mormonism's really coming through, dude. I love the, treat one another like you'd want to be treated. That doesn't apply to football, man.
Is Andy Reid a Mormon?
Yeah.
Oh, I
believe so, yeah. He's very, very devout.
Very devout Mormon.
But what I wanted to mention, Don's, is my cousin Adon surprised me. He was out here for a police conference, and it was like an international one. They had like police or different types of people involved with the police, vendors from all over the world. Kash Patel was actually supposed to be speaking, but because of the shutdown, he wasn't going to be able to. And I was like, damn, dude, that'd been so cool if you got to listen to Kash Patel. But yeah, he surprised me, came to Don's and got to experience that. So that was really cool.
Nice.
Yep.
Hell yeah. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I bet Don's was a good time. That's pretty rad.
It was awesome.
Nice.
Yep. What about you?
Yeah, the weekend was pretty eventful, actually. Had a bunch going on this week. Had the show on Friday night. That went pretty good. It was the Rocky Mountain Ripper, or the Rocker Mountain Ripper. And that was a pretty dang good time. Bunch of people came out, bunch of rad bands played. It was at HQ, which used to be Three Kings, which I miss.
Is that down on Broadway?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I think I saw you guys there one time.
Yeah, you did. I think that was like where we had our album release.
Yep. Yeah.
That was in
So how's that different than Three Kings? Did they change it up?
I don't know. It just lost its soul.
Oh.
It just doesn't feel the same. But it is what it is. It was still a good time. Saw a bunch of the rocker community out and about in force. My parents came out and watched the show.
Oh, no way. That's cool.
Yeah, they made it out.
Cool.
My dad was blown away by how much tattoos all the women have nowadays.
Yes. They're everywhere. Yeah, that is for sure.
Yeah, so it was pretty funny. But then Saturday we went to that memorial for Meryl's dad's bandmate who passed away.
That song?
Yeah, we played Angel from Montgomery. It was pretty good. I was pretty nervous. It was like the first time performing without a band behind me.
Yeah.
And it was...
Was it acoustic or did you...
Yeah, it was acoustic. And I learned like this finger picking arrangement, which also my first time doing that live. So that was stressful as well. But it went pretty dang good. I was proud of us.
Good.
First time performing together went pretty well. So that was fun.
That's cool, man.
Then Sunday, I got up early. The Knee Circles boys rescheduled on me twice. So we ended up getting up at 9 a.m. To record their podcast. Then I had to rush home and then get my dogs and go to my parents' house to watch that crazy Giants and Broncos game, which was insane.
Absolutely wild.
Pretty wild. But other than that, man, we've just, any free time I've had, we've been just watching crappy, scary movies and that stuff. We did watch Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Great classic movie.
Like
Steve Martin. Yeah,
the old.
Martin,
That's what I thought. Like the old comedy. Wow.
Yeah, we watched that, and that movie is super. It's weird because it's like an hour and 20 minutes of just like hilarious comedy, and then like the last 10 minutes gets like all sobering and serious, and like that's when you find out that John Candy's wife died. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen the movie.
Oh whoa!
And then he like ends up inviting him over to Thanksgiving, but it's like it turns into like one of those just like cheesy 80s movies endings, and it's just super awkward.
That's like Blazing Saddles. Blazing Saddles to me, like it was such an iconic comedy. And it has this great plot, and then Mel Brooks just goes
off the rails,
jump shark, if you will. Then like it goes into this big production studio, like Hollywood. Oh man, it got so weird.
He got real meta. You know, he did that in Spaceballs too.
He does it in everything.
Gonna do it in Spaceballs too.
Yep.
So so it was pretty good time rewatching that. Other than that, super busy with work, much like you are probably right now. We're in the thick of it, so that's been taking up a lot of time. Yep. I did lie to everybody. I said I would have everything ready this week. I didn't. I will. I just got to get the stuff re-rendered and get it all uploaded and run a quick test run, and we're going to be good to go. But aside from that, we are here ready to talk some sports, so let's get into it. It's time for the headlines, and we're going to start with the NFL.
Are you ready for some football?
Dag nabbit, you better be.
It's football, bro.
It is football, bro.
Close the file. 69. Offense. He's giving them the business.
Yes. Well, we're in week 7.
Yeah.
Week 8 is here, actually.
Pretty much. It's flying by, man. It's crazy. You have Monday, then you get a couple days, and then it's already Thursday Night Football again.
Yeah, but, we've been getting a double dose continually of Monday Night Football, which I will still say I do not like, but it is what it is, and they don't care what I have to say.
You don't have to worry about it. That was the last one.
Thankfully.
Yep. And it will be the last one forever. We do have 2 international games left. We had a London game where the Jaguars didn't show up.
No, they didn't.
No. But the first one I wanted to get into was the Colts and Chargers. Because to me, I'd say the Colts should probably be atop the power rankings.
They have to be, dude, which is what's so crazy. At the beginning of this year, just to think oh, Danny Dimes, they're screwed. And here we are. Danny Dimes is atop the rankings in passing, all things passing, and Jonathan Taylor is running away with the lead in the rushing category. I think he's got like 600 yards.
Oh,
and Javonte has like 400 or something like
200
that.
above that. Yeah. Herbert's actually leading with passing yards, but I think when it comes to EPA and passer rating, Daniel Jones is definitely leading. Completion percentage as well, I think.
Yeah, for sure. And again, Jonathan Taylor goes off in this game, scores 3 touchdowns, giving the Colts a 38-24 lead over the Chargers, who are starting to slide a little bit. And it's due in large part to the fact that they are missing 3 of their starting offensive linemen, both tackles and a guard now, and they are in a little bit of trouble as they cannot get the offense going. They have no run game. I think Herbert was the leading rusher in this game, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh wow, yeah, for 31 yards.
Yeah.
God.
Which that's not good when you're quarter. It's one thing if he's got a decent amount, if it's like a Lamar Jackson, 100 and some.
Yeah.
But when Justin Herbert outrushes your next running back by 11 yards, things aren't going good. But Jonathan Taylor, 16 carries, 19 yards. Like I mentioned, the 3 touchdowns. Daniel Jones, 23 of 34, 288 yards, and 2 touchdowns. He's picking people apart.
He is. I mean, the score really doesn't indicate how this game went. It was dominated by the Colts for most of the game. It was 23-3 at halftime, and then the Colts put up another 15 in the third quarter, and basically the Chargers scored a few garbage time points. But, I mean, yeah, like you said, the real story of this is they're down to their 5th and 6th string tackle. Mekhi Becton, their guard, got hurt in this game. It's just getting worse and worse. Khalil Mack did come back in this game, and he got a sack. But, I mean, I had thought Joe Alt was maybe going to come back for this, but I think he might be back for the Thursday night game against the Vikings. But they need reinforcements, and soon, because, yeah, they're slipping.
Yeah, and in the AFC especially the AFC West, with the Broncos holding on to their playing card tower, I'd like to call it right now, of a hold on the top of the AFC West, is in trouble with the Chiefs as they are carousing right now. And it does seem that they have found what they've been missing these first few weeks, which is a little bit of offense with the return of Rashee Rice. Almost couldn't say that one.
Yeah, he comes back with the bang. I will say, I think it was funny how you sent that meme in the group text. That just reminded me of him coming back.
Oh, yeah.
All I could think, I was like, this is just the perfect Broncos thing, because there's so many Broncos fans that were so pumped about getting Sean Payton as their coach. We're going to win the Super Bowl. We're finally turning things around. Like, you guys forget this guy had to serve a year's suspension for Bountygate.
He served his suspension.
Just like Rice did.
Well, yeah, I know, but he didn't almost kill a bunch of random people.
He didn't kill him. There was no serious injuries.
But he didn't almost kill anybody.
But a Bountygate is pretty fucked up, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's just it. It's like, I don't know. I just thought it was so hypocritical, man. I was just laughing my ass off. I'm like, your coach literally had to serve a suspension for Bountygate, dude.
Yeah, but no, he wasn't our coach.
Not at the time, but that's what I'm saying, is when he became the coach, everybody was like,
I didn't like him either, Chad.
I'm not saying you. I'm saying Broncos fans. It's just funny.
No, and I also wanted I almost last night with the Buccaneers kind of shit in the bed there. After Steph posted that thing about Broncos fans, like what it's like to be a Broncos fan or what it's like to cheer for a Broncos fan. It was like the stages of like crying and weeping. I almost redid it as a Buccaneers one and sent it back just to be like, it sucks, doesn't it?
I know. I mean,
at least we won.
They're banged up, dude. That's crazy about Mike Evans. But we'll circle back to this Chiefs game. We don't have to spend a lot of time on it.
I just want to talk about it real quick.
They really got things going. Yeah, like you said, Rashee Rice, I think it was 7 catches on 10 targets for 42 yards, but 2 TDs. And it was a passing TD or a receiving TD, but it was like one of those pop passes, little end around. So it kind of looked like
it's almost like a pitch.
Yep. Oh, the game started. We are watching currently. We'll be live during this. The season opener, Oklahoma City versus the now Kevin Durant-led Rockets.
Yeah, which is going to be interesting to see how that plays out. But yes, the NBA season's tipping off tonight. We got the first game happening right now. We got to dribble off a foot. Oh, we got to break away.
Yeah.
Dunk it. Okay.
I guess the Rockets are the tallest starting lineup to start a season in, I think,
that's
2002
crazy.
or something. Yeah, they're all like 6'11". Yeah.
But let's move on to the Bengals and the Steelers, as the Bengals led by Joe Flacco, which if you would have told me back in like 2015 that these two would be starting a game that we'd be watching in 2025, I'd be blown away.
I couldn't believe it, man. I could not believe how he really did lead this team. And Mike Tomlin, you could see why he was so upset about this.
He's like, you just screwed us all, dude.
Yeah. I mean, he knew. He knows that Joe Flacco is experienced, and he admitted after the game, I guess, that he didn't even quite understand some of the play calls that were coming in the helmet. He just went out there. It's like backyard football.
Yeah, well, I mean, he was only there for like a week.
Throw it to Chase.
Yeah. This guy's good. He's open. Get it to his hands.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you said, Flacco proved Tomlin's worst fears as Flacco passes for 342 yards, 3 touchdowns, and rallies Cincinnati back from a deficit to win 33-31. Evan McPherson had 4 field goals. If he was your kicker on your fantasy team, probably looking pretty good this week. But Flacco, not only with all those yards, he was pretty damn efficient as well. 31 of 47, not knowing any of the plays.
Yeah.
And then did you see when Aaron Rodgers got tackled by his lineman and how pissed off he got?
Well, then did you see the guy's response where he was like, I'll do it again.
Yeah.
Next time he scores a touchdown, I'm like, good luck with that, dude. We'll see how long you're on the team.
You'll be cut here soon. Yeah.
It doesn't matter how good you are, dude. He was pissed. But yeah, we got to mention this is the definition of irony when you trade away your best fantasy player because the quarterback goes out and then you play the guy that has him and he goes off for 39 points. Yeah, Jamar Chase, 16 receptions, and that guy being Chris.
Yeah, I think I'm still going to lose, though. Did I lose?
You lost, or I mean, you won, man. You won by 4 points.
Nice, dude, because I was like, I'm going to lose. I told you that already. I was like, I'm probably going to lose.
Did you not check it?
I haven't checked it since yesterday, no.
Yeah, I needed Cooper Kupp to give me 4 points, and he threw an interception.
Cooper Kupp did?
Yeah.
Oh.
They gave him the ball. And
See, I checked it yesterday, and Cooper Kupp was left, and I was like, I'm screwed.
Yeah.
And then, so that's surprising.
All he did, one of the very first plays of offense, he had a big catch for 32 yards. I'm like, oh, yeah, I got this.
Yeah.
Then he throws an interception, blank the rest of the game.
All right, well, yes, all right. Yeah, no, I had practice last night, so I didn't check yet.
Yeah.
But, this game, pretty wild. I'll appreciate the fact that Jamar Chase is still good at football. But I'll take it as I slowly crawl and claw my way back into both leagues.
Gave you your second win.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's talk about the fall of Mike McDaniel. Like Justin said, the Smoky Hill graduate isn't doing the school any good service by the way he's coaching, the way he's giving press conferences. It's looking ugly. Yeah,
no, nothing looks really good right now as the Dolphins can only muster 6 points as the Browns roll. 31-6 over the Dolphins. Dolphins now 1-6. Browns now 2-5. But Quinshon Judkins, who a lot of us were
wondering
if he would even play this year, is not only playing but doing pretty dang
really well.
He scores 3 touchdowns in this game. So yeah,
if you have fantasy players out there, you do daily DK lineups. Start whoever's going to be playing the Dolphins. They have one of the worst rush defenses in history. That's why I started Judkins, and 84 yards, not a whole lot, but 3 TDs. And I mean, every team the Dolphins plays, they're letting them run all over them. The thing is, in this one, it seems. Did you see that play where Tua's guys almost just let him just get
smashed
because it was just like Tua calls out his team for not puts them on blast, and then there's a clip where it looks everybody intentionally didn't block and let Tua get hit. It's like that's what you get, man.
Yeah.
So
I don't blame him.
Yeah, we'll see if Zach Wilson
keep running your mouth. And other news also in this game, Judkins becomes the first Browns running back since Nick Chubb in 2022 to have 3 rushing touchdowns, and 2 of those rush touchdowns did come off direct snaps out of the Wildcat formation.
Whoa, interesting. Bring it back.
Yeah, switching it up a little bit
cool.
there.
Yeah.
But Mike McDaniel had another crazy press conference after where he was talking about the people that are like perpetually hurting the team are going to have to like basically suffer some consequences more or less. And it's just like, I think you just need to worry about you still having a job.
Yeah, it's funny because I always criticize how he sounds like he just took an edible before he gives.
Yeah.
He'll talk really slow, which is just insulting and just gives you this like sense of superiority that just seems condescending. And then now, what I've noticed is it's frantic. He's talking faster, and you could tell there's some nervousness in his voice because he knows his job's not going to last so long.
Yeah, he's definitely in trouble here. I was in the group chat saying, you know, who thinks he's going to have a job past Tuesday? Clearly, they're probably going to end up waiting until their bye week, which I don't know when that is.
I'm not sure, but
it will be surprised if he makes it past that bye week. So,
yep.
Let me take us to the next game.
All right, one last one here before we move on. Last night's game wasn't much of a close one, but it's just worth noting because the Lions got back on track, and there were some really weird calls in this one. I know you were at practice, but did you see where K-Dotton caught a pass? It was a fourth down as well, and his knee came down, but as he was coming down, he extended the ball past the first down marker, and they didn't give him the first down. Instead, Dan Campbell challenged it, and yeah, he challenged it, but then the ref said on the line, we're going to take a second look at it. There was a second review that came through.
Yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of weird stuff. I mean, the weird Lions play with how long that took going to New York.
Yeah.
There's just been some really weird stuff going on. And did you see Dre Greenlaw after the game?
Yeah.
Yeah, he got suspended.
Yeah. I just want to know, because they said he pushed him or something. He didn't push him.
He said something crazy, and then they said he did this. Which, because supposedly he pushed Justin Sternad, the referee.
Yeah, I saw that.
Pushed him out of the way.
They were mobbing everybody.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
I hope he fights it and, gets an appeal and just has to pay money.
Yeah.
Because I think an entire game check for that's pretty ridiculous.
That's pretty crazy.
But he still shouldn't have done
it. But what I would like to know is, what did he say? Because he must have said something.
He was pretty pissed off.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, no, yeah, no.
I really wonder what he said to that ref, because it's funny, the ref threw the flag, but the game's over.
Yeah, I know.
You're in trouble. You're in trouble. You're getting suspended. But there's weird calls all over the place. Hawkinson was real pissed that he had a touchdown taken off. But dude, you look at that catch. That was not a catch. Yeah, I can't believe he's even mad about it. It's like you clearly did not have possession after you hit the ground.
Yeah, no,
it's not
for real.
Yeah, it's not confusing at all. But yeah, I mean the Lions, they went to town on the Buccaneers. Mike Evans got hurt early in this game, and it turns out he's got a broken clavicle.
This is one of those things where I'm like, this is what's hard about fantasy, because like I'm trying not to be mad about it, because I just had put him back in.
Yep.
But dude, his collarbone collapsed and his head smashed the ground.
Yeah, he has a concussion.
Yeah,
and
he got
broken collarbone.
knocked out like hardcore. Like he was out for a bit.
These guys they basically go through car crashes nearly every single play, and it's nuts, dude. The game's getting so violent, and especially the Lions came to hit last night. You could tell they had a chip on their shoulder by getting shellacked by the Chiefs the week before, and so I was surprised because Baker was in MVP talks, and I checked the odds this morning. Drake May is number 3.
Yeah, no, I don't blame anybody for putting him there at this point, because what they've done out there, like if you could give it to Vrabel, you might want to give it to Vrabel, because what he's done out there, turning that around after all of the debacle.
Beat the Bills.
Yeah, beat the Bills. They're looking pretty dang good.
Yeah.
And Drake May, dude, some of the balls he's zipping around, I'm just like,
he throws it fast, dude. It's a bullet. It's a bullet.
Yeah, there's a couple in last week's game. There's like one over the middle to the end zone, and I was just like, damn, dude, like that's like someone who's been in the league for a bit. So
look at the guys he's throwing to, man. Stephon Diggs, that's coming off a torn ACL, who's really playing good. And Kayshon Boutte. Who?
Pink cocaine. No, I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah. Maybe that helps. Maybe that's what it is.
That's what it is.
Ramondre Stevenson really had a good game. But, I mean, dude, they beat the Titans. I mean, like the Raiders, dude. We could have gone into a few different stats in that game, but the Chiefs had as many first downs as the Raiders had played. That's the fewest amount, I guess, like since 2002 or something.
Damn, that's crazy,
dude. It was sad. They had a total of 95 yards.
Really?
I mean, Genty 26 yards. Oh yeah, you have him.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
Genty. Yeah, that's been one of the sadder parts of my my team.
Yeah, but I mean, they were saying on He Called earlier this after on that recap episode, but the bad teams this year are really bad.
Well, that's what we were talking about. The parity's so weird because it's like the top 5 team, maybe even like 3 or 4 right now.
It's probably about 4.
Yeah, and then it's like everybody to 20, and then the final like 5, well, maybe even to 25 are like right here.
They're all middle.
And then it's just the
Total drop off. I mean, Cam Ward had another play where he and it was great because I started the Patriots defense. That's another one. If what defense you have or you need one because you're on bye, play it against the Titans, dude. They don't know what the hell they're doing. Cam Ward had another play where he just took a snap, lost the ball like it was in butter or something, and the Patriots pick it up and they score a touchdown.
I feel bad for him because I do feel like coming out, like you're like, oh man, I feel like I want him to succeed, and then just to see like the shithole he went to and just how bad it is.
Crazy,
it's just
man.
like, oh dude,
that's why these guys get number 1 picks because I mean, look at the Browns, the Panthers. I mean, I don't understand how owners don't get that. Like, it's the front office that is the foundation to make all this happen, man. You look at the Eagles, you look at the Broncos now that they finally got rid of like getting John Elway out of the office.
Yeah. As soon as we get that Russ money off. Speaking of which, we'll get into that here a little bit too. Did you see that?
What?
Oh, Russ called out. Sean Payton kind of called out Russ and said that he was talking to John Mara in the weeks that coming up to the game, just like reminiscing about the old days because he started for the Giants organization under Parcells way back when. And he's like, yeah, they definitely found a spark in that quarterback. And I told John the other day, I was really hoping that you guys would have made that switch long after you played us. Like basically saying we were hoping Russ was still playing.
Yeah.
And then to your point, a little nod to the Bounty Gate thing, Russ came out and said... like it was like LOL classless but not surprised. Didn't realize you're still bounty hunting 15 plus years later through the media.
Wow, leave it to Russ with the good burn.
Crying emoji, hashtag let's ride, hashtag harder crying emoji.
I think Russ might have used like some chat GPT to write.
He didn't come up with that.
There's no way that he's balled it.
No.
That's hilarious.
No,
dude.
yeah, he
that is a good because I mean it's like, dude, you can't. Sean Payton has a fucking temper. He got a fat flag and no one.
Do you know that
team?
No, that saved them.
How's that?
Think of it this way. They would have been on the 2. They put it on the 1. Jackson Dart would not have scored from the 2, which would have allowed them to run another play, possibly another one.
That's a big what if, though.
Which allowed them to have the time. Because if they didn't score as quick as they did, Denver wouldn't have had a chance.
Dude, the Giants, there's a bunch of things you can say where the Giants just fucking shot themselves in the foot. And we'll go over that here in about a minute or so, but... God damn, dude. I really think Brian Daboll needs to fire Shane Bowen.
Somebody needs to get fired.
I mean, the play calling,
they cut the Jude McAtomney.
Did they cut him?
Yeah.
Macadamia
nut. Yeah, they cut him.
Dude,
they had Younghoe Koo on the practice squad coming into this week.
Come on, man.
And I mean, at least he looked good in Atlanta up until last year.
Yeah.
And this year, and after they cut him.
It was nuts. But damn, dude, hats off to Russ.
He bit back.
Clapping back at Sean Payton.
He bit back from the pine bench he's been riding.
Yeah. I do feel bad for Jackson Dart, though. Nope. Here we go.
We're coming in.
What's up, Chris?
Give me 1 second.
John. Can you hear me okay?
We can.
Thanks for hopping on, man.
Good. How you been?
Been doing great. Yeah, we do appreciate. Yeah, you coming on despite the heartbreaking loss. I know that shows a lot of integrity and bravery, dude. That would be tough.
Well, I am an adult. It does hurt, but you got
exactly.
You turn the page quick when you got bills to pay and other responsibilities. So
that's right,
it's all good.
Yeah. Well, man, dude, that was crazy. That was crazy. We'll get into it, but how are you feeling about things? Chris just told me wasn't aware of this. You guys just cut that kicker that
Jude McAtomney.
Yep.
Yeah, Jude McEnany, so just to bring you back up to speed with him, he's a roster exemption on the practice squad because he's international. So that's one of the reasons why he's been on the practice squad. He's a freebie, right? You can
Mm-hmm.
carry an extra guy internationally, even though he went to Rutgers. However, the ironic part is he lost the kicking job at Rutgers. He was a kickoff specialist, so he didn't even kick field goals. So
Wow.
it just goes back to the whole Dable roster management, the perplexing decisions that this guy makes over the course of the last 4 years. Even when it comes to returners, carrying two running backs on activated for game day, very strange moves he makes. But not to have a backup plan for Gano and to go with a practice squad player that didn't even kick field goals in college.
Yeah, and then the whole time you have Younghoe Koo on the practice squad, which I know that kind of happened recently, but still,
Right.
I mean, he's at least proven himself in the NFL. I know he did have a little bit of a downturn at the end of his career there in Atlanta, but still.
He's got to be better than Jude.
Yeah, well, evidently they had a kicking competition a couple weeks ago when Koo came on board, and
he lost.
supposedly Jude McEnany won it, which I find it hard to believe. The guy can't even kick extra points. He's missed 3 extra points in 2 weeks. So,
Jeez.
we've had this kicking disaster going back to Gano a couple years ago when he first started getting hurt, and it's been an ongoing problem.
Yeah, and I mean, which is another crazy. There's so many crazy stats in this game, but I think Jude is the only kicker to have missed 2 extra points that weren't blocked, and the team lose by 1 point.
Yep.
So,
How about this? Giants are the first team in 1,600 games to give up 33 points in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
So, just leave it to the Giants to set all the wrong records. They're good for that.
You're a good sport, man. I love it. Obviously being the Chiefs fan, I was really rooting for them, and that's the second time in the last 2 or 3 weeks that I've had to bite my tongue because when the Eagles were up on the Broncos, I'm like, oh hell yeah, I'm rooting for it. What do?
Yeah.
They come back,
I mean,
I know.
I was
Me
hate
too.
watching
Me too.
for 3 quarters. So, I mean, I was just beside myself. Like, I don't know if Bo Nix is the guy. I don't know if Sean Payton knows how to call plays. And then all of a sudden, I mean, they put it together, but there was a lot of stuff that had to happen that went their way for it to fall that way.
Absolutely. And obviously you'll agree that turning point was that after the Broncos scored and then Dart threw the interception, and that just turned it around and cut it to 3 points at that point.
Yeah, that was when I was like, oh man, we have a chance.
Yeah,
that was very.
And
Yep.
if you saw on that play, Singleton blew up Scadaboo. And
then
that
Scadaboo was even trying to trip him.
Yeah, that was why that play probably got blown up the way it did.
Yeah,
But
and that reminded me of Daniel Jones as a Giant. Not Daniel Jones right now with the Colts, but that was a Daniel Jones type of play where he just kind of, got rid of it and just should have just took the sack and held on to it.
Yeah, exactly, man.
Well, and at that point, you really didn't even need to be throwing the ball.
No,
you could have you could have run it. It's tough.
Yeah, I mean, I would, either way, take the sack, use the clock, punt, flip the field position, and then you're using the clock on your side. But the last thing they needed was a turnover right after Denver had scored that touchdown. That was, just a bad time. Everything fell into place perfectly for the Broncos. It really did,
Let's get into maybe what led to that. It was pretty interesting that Brian Burns was so critical of Shane Bowen with dropping 8 back. Granted, Adebo and what's the other guy that got hurt in that game?
Javon Holland, the safety.
Yeah. Thank you. Yes, they got hurt, so maybe he was thinking he needs to have as many D-backs as he could back there. But Dante Jackson was killing him. So, you got to get some pressure on him.
Yeah, Deontay, as soon as, everybody goes after Deontay Banks. So that was the first thing Deontay was looking for. So, what's ironic is you go back to the Dallas game, very similar situation where the Giants were up by multiple scores, and then Dallas comes down the field on that last drive. Now, if you do a side-by-side of both of those games on that last drive, you'll see the same kind of setup, which is inexcusable, incompetent. Shane Bowen does not have the guts or the balls to put pressure on. He'd rather sit back and get picked apart with this terrible secondary as it is. So, rushing 3, dropping 8, just just gave Nick's time. And the frustrating part as well is you had Dexter Lawrence on the sideline along with Abdul Carter, not even in the game. Are you kidding me? That's grounds for getting dismissed yesterday for Bowen. I don't know how he still has the job. I really don't
I'd
get
say
it.
that might be grounds for getting investigated that you might have had money on the game. I mean, come on.
Seriously, I don't care how gassed they are. You put your best players on the field.
Yep.
Denver just had a long drive, and they just flipped it around, and now you have to. Oh, excuse me. The Giants had the ball, and they took it down the field, obviously for the score. So they had enough time. I mean, I don't know why they weren't in the game. Probably the package that it called for. They weren't supposed to be in the game. But you got to be kidding me. You got to. Abdul Carter was brought here to rush the passer, not to be on a sideline in critical situations.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, clearly, coaching is what seemed to have gotten in the way in this game. It seemed like everything was going right. I mean, Jackson Dart seems to have all the intangibles you would want in a quarterback, and so far this year with 60.2 completion percentage and a 7-3 touchdown to interception ratio, which that one was that horrible one. I mean, the upside is high for this team, and I understand now that there's probably things holding back the stars and the playmakers on this team, which is the coaching. Who do you think's gonna get the axe first?
Well, see, the interesting part is that Dable has this love affair with Dart, and that was his guy. So it's a double-edged sword, right? I think if Dable were to lose the locker room, he's gone. But I think if they show out, win a few games, and play competitive like they are, I think he probably sees it out with Dart and will come back. However, if you lose the locker room, I don't think there's any coming back from that. But I think Shane Bowen is the bigger issue. My issue with Dable is he oversees the whole operation, right? So why isn't he going to Shane Bowen, yelling and screaming at him for throwing, rushing 3, dropping 8? He's done this multiple times. So that's my issue with Dable, is not overseeing the operation rather than just, he kind of is so fixated on the offense. He forgets about the other aspects, I believe, in the game, especially a critical situation coming down the last 37 seconds to let Bowen do that again. But I think Bowen is gone after this year. And Dable is on the hot seat, but I think there is that connection with Dart. So I got to see how it all plays out. If he gets smoked this week against the Eagles, then it doesn't look good.
Yeah. I liked your tweet, how you brought up possibly elevating the D lineman coach. I can't remember his name, but he's had a lot of experience. Do you think that would be a good replacement?
Yeah, so that would be the logical one going into the rest of the season. And I think it works out well if they were to do that, because now you get to see if Andre Patterson's the guy for next year, right? If Dable returns. So, rather than Bowen's gone, there's no way he comes back. So Bowen is gone. So why, fly with, an unknown when you have an opportunity to see Andre Patterson, who really has done wonders with the defensive line, and especially Dexter Lawrence. In fact, when he came over from the Vikings, Viking fans were really upset that he left because he did such a great job with their defensive line. I'm surprised he hasn't had an opportunity to be a defensive coordinator, but I think this would be a perfect opportunity right now. With the season pretty much is going to, it's going to the wayside. Why not elevate him, get rid of Bowen, and just see what he has? And the other thing is, what other defensive coordinator with any type of clout is going to come here with any type of resume when Dable's on the hot seat, which seems every year anyway. And that was the problem with getting Bowen last year, was that the talk was no other defensive coordinators with any type of resume wanted to come here because Dable is on the hot seat. So why am I going to jeopardize my 1 year? Am I going to work for 1 year and I'm going to be going somewhere else?
Yeah, that is the hard thing to yeah, I'd love to be a defensive coordinator, but I don't want to tie myself to him,
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're a young up-and-comer, you're getting moved up as a secondary coach. I guess you take the job. But once again, I don't want an unknown, right? The only unknown I would take right now is Andre Patterson, just for this year, and see what he can do. But if we're going into next year, I don't want a guy learning on the job. Give me an established guy. I don't care if he's even older, like a Vic Fangio type of defensive coordinator.
I'm going to throw out a name. Tell me how you feel about this. Antonio Pierce.
I like it. It. Now, a part of me says Dable would be threatened by that move.
Yep.
Now, if Dable's not around, and maybe if it was Gruden, right? He came in, I could see that.
Oh, that'd be cool.
I don't know. I don't know if Dable would like to hear, and he would never admit this, would he want to hear the chatter within the media and the fans when things aren't going well. Get rid of Dable and Pierce. So I don't know. I feel like he'd be threatened by that.
Yeah,
He's such a fan favorite. Pierce,
that's a good point.
Yeah, I could definitely see that, and that's also a good recommendation there, Chad.
Yep.
But I mean, looking ahead, man, you guys got the Eagles, the 49ers, who I don't know how the hell they keep winning games. Shanahan might be up for he might need to be he might get MVP and coach of the year at this point. But then the Bears come up. And you get a little bit there of a break, but you guys kind of got a murderer's row the rest of the way here, especially with the Patriots coming on the way they are. Obviously, the Commanders, if Jaden Daniels can stay healthy, that's a whole other thing. But this season is going to be tough if they can't turn some things around. What's your outlook right now on how things are going to wind up the rest of the year?
Yeah, I'm hoping they win 6-7 games, right? If they can win 7 games, I'm all right with that because they already threw away a few games. Dallas, Denver, even the Chief game was there to be had at certain points, and they just couldn't generate any type of offense. So if they could win 6 games, 7 would be great. That's all I'm really thinking about this year. Is that's originally was probably like 8 games. Now I'm like, all right, 6 or 7 games, and let's see Dart develop. Keep the offense moving. Kafka, I thought, is doing a better job now that he has Dart than he had Russell Wilson, a little bit more to work with. But once again, the concern is losing the locker room. If Dable Bowen, I think he's probably going to lose the defense. But I think if Dable could still do well with Dart and things are moving forward, I think he returns. They'd have to be, 3-14 probably for him to not come back and be on like a 8-game losing streak type of deal at the end of the season.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I mean, I feel like he's obviously tied to Dart now. I feel like if they're seeing the opportunity for Dart to have a high ceiling, you've got the juice of the offense with Scatabo and everything. They do need help at wide receiver, but I do see this offense as being what's going to keep Dable hanging on.
And I think that good point. I think that's all taken in consideration. The one thing, and I want to keep bringing up Daniel Jones, but Daniel Jones is the type of quarterback, and I think he's a good quarterback. I don't think he's as bad as everybody makes him out to be, but he needs players around him to succeed. Dart, on the other hand, I'm starting to get the feeling like he elevates more players because he really doesn't have anything at the receiver position other than Wan'Dale Robinson. Running back's been okay. Scadabo's been fantastic, but it's by committee. Scadabo, needs a break here and there. He's not going to be, carrying the ball every time. But I think for what he has to work with, I'm inspired by Dart being able to elevate the players. So I think, we're on the right road with Dart for sure.
I mean, I think so too. There's a lot of people this year coming out that said that a lot of people, well, depending on who you were talking to or listening to, analysts thought that Dart was one of the better quarterbacks coming out this year. And it was just due to, all the hubbub that usually happens in the top couple that he fell, But, speaking of quarterbacks, we talked about this right before you hopped on. Did you see Sean Payton taking a shot at Russell Wilson?
I just saw that earlier. Yeah, I just caught the end of it. So, Russell Wilson should probably just keep his mouth shut.
He got him back pretty good, though. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was pretty funny just because we were talking about it. Like, that definitely did not sound like anything Russell wrote because there was actually like feeling behind it.
It wasn't. Totally
I'll tell you,
cheesy.
Russell Wilson has been a great teammate. It seems like with as one of the leaders, despite being demoted. By all accounts, by the media, he's been done a great job in the locker room. After taking the demotion to Dart, and so no waves by Wilson, which is great. He hasn't demanded to be traded or released, so I think he's been a good soldier.
Yeah, that is surprising. But I mean, like I saw that too, just on the sideline. Dart would come off, and him and Russell are right there next to each other, going through the surface, the tablets, and going over plays and stuff. Which I was surprised to see because I just feel like Russell doesn't want to give up on the dream.
But and going into training camp, that was the concern with Russell Wilson. Is he just a me guy? Is it just a lot of chatter about him, being a team player when he talks about that? But I tell you, since training camp and he's come over, he's been great. There's been nothing.
Maybe he learned something.
Yeah, he's a nice guy. I could definitely believe that. Yeah, he may be pretty corny, but I could definitely believe him being a good teammate.
Yeah, he seems that way. And I think Dable, just getting back to the one thing about Dable, I think the biggest concern with Dable is roster management. He's terrible at roster management. There was a few weeks ago, didn't bite him. He carried only two running backs when Tracy was hurt on the game day activation roster, on the game day roster, which is playing with fire. If one guy goes down, then what do you do, right? And it's that kind of stuff. A couple years ago, he had Richie James returning punts, and he had never done that before, and that was terrible. Eric Gray. He had Eric Gray returning punts, who had never done that before in college, and he was having fumble issues, couldn't handle the return duties, and he had never done it before. And I feel like Dable, he kind of just throw things out there and test the waters. But these are, we were talking about, games here that he's kind of treating them as tests, and these guys aren't used to. Doing these certain things, returning kicks, or, like I said, with Jude earlier, he hadn't really been a kicker in college. He was kickoff duty, so stuff like that.
I think what we're really seeing too, and it could play out the rest of the season, is it's almost like a Belichick and Brady situation where the only reason Daboll really got a name is because he had Josh Allen, and I think we're seeing that it was Josh Allen that was really kind of like why they were having so much success. Yeah, Daboll's pretty good at doing play calls, but when you got so much talent, and you see the same thing, like look what happened when Russ was in there. I mean, it was atrocious. And then now with the guy with the talent like Dart and then the talent like Allen, I think that's what's shining more than his coaching, because those decisions when it comes to actual coaching decisions are just erratic. And I think they may have to look somewhere else.
And you know what? Great point. And that is exactly what a lot of Giant fans, including myself, feel like Josh Allen might have made more out of Brian Dable than the other way around. And it doesn't help matters either when you see Daniel Jones go to Indianapolis, right? And how successful he's been. So that's another damning situation against Dable. But in terms of Dart, boy, he seems like he's doing a great job. Who knows if it's him, if it's Kafka, if it's Tierney, the quarterback coach, or it's a little bit of everything. But my big issue, once again, with Dable is just the way he constructs this roster and makes decisions.
This kind of came up with the Broncos media after the game. Like, granted, we pulled out a win, but it was pretty eye-opening, the lack of just continuity, rhythm, or anything in the offense. And someone brought it up to Sean Payton in the Monday press conference have you thought about switching up play calling? And maybe being able to focus on the team rather than be worrying about your scheme and your play calls. Because even Sean Payton, sometimes I see it. It's just like you're so caught up in your play call that you kind of let the other stuff fly by you a little bit that you probably should be focusing on as well as a head coach, not just a play caller. Because it's like with Daboll, you've got to make those smart decisions as a head coach, not just because you're worried about your scheme and play calling.
Yeah, and Kafka is calling the plays, but we don't know how much Dable has say in that. Maybe he's actually overriding plays. I don't know, but Kafka is calling the plays. But then once again, Dable in-game decisions, going for 2 points when it's not necessary.
No. Yeah.
Stupid. Stop chasing points. At that point, you didn't need to go for the 2 point. Just kick the extra point. Obviously, if they would have
maybe he was worried he wouldn't get the extra point.
If they would have kicked the extra point and Jude would have missed or would have hit 2 of them and missed just 1, obviously Giants would have won by maybe a point. Yeah. But those are the in-game decisions also that perplexing by Dable. This analytics garbage gets over the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are seeing that a lot. Sometimes it's like the analytics, it's like analysis by paralysis. There's just
sure. I always
too
make
much
a point.
information.
You guys are younger than me, but if you remember the 1990 championship game between the Giants and the 49ers, the Giants won 15-13.
Yeah,
they
wasn't that the game where Phil Simms went perfect?
No, that was the Super Bowl in '86.
Okay,
yeah, this was the NFC championship game against the 49ers.
Okay.
But I always mention the other Giant fans I've mentioned on the podcast that if analytics existed in that championship game, the Giants would have never won because there's no way in hell that they would have kicked 5 field goals.
Yeah.
Parcells would have probably been talked into doing the analytics and they would have went for it and probably missed on one and they would have lost by 2 points.
Yeah. Well, so, now the analytics say just go for it.
Yeah. Just go. I feel like the feel of the game, right, guys? I feel like the analytics it takes away the feel of the game for some of these coaches, and they're so wrapped up with the person that is in their ear, where
Like
the
saying,
analytics
we have
say,
to do this on 3rd and
it's
15. Yeah.
70% chance you should go for it. We should go for it here too. But
Yeah.
I like the feel of the game. I'm old school. I rather the coach go by the feel for the game, unless it dictates. Hey, it dictates that point in the game to go for two. But I feel like early in the game, so many coaches go for two, and I don't know if it's necessary.
Yeah, I mean, it works for the Lions more often than not, but they might be an outlier.
And we saw Dan Campbell get, going for it in his own 35-yard line a couple years ago. And
he doesn't care.
Against Dallas, too, going for it. So, it came back to bite him as well.
Yeah, you look like a genius till it bites you in the ass.
Right. Yeah.
Well, man, we don't want to keep you too much longer.
No,
we appreciate you hopping on with us.
Appreciate inviting me.
Yeah, do you got anything else, Chad?
I do want to say, we'll definitely finish it on a real positive note that, like I said last week on our podcast when we were talking about, because being a Chiefs fan, I was loving that you guys beat the Eagles. Thank you.
I don't know where that came from.
Yeah. And this is the way a lot of America feels right now. They are all behind Jackson Dart and Scattaboo. I mean, they are playing with their hair on fire. They play hard. Like you said, I wish Shane Bowen would get back to calling the game like the Eagles, where he would let those guys blitz and put pressure on the QB, because the Giants are really fun to watch right now. I mean, that first 3.5 quarters of that game, they had 2 sacks on Bo Nix, and they were getting after it. Scattaboo just runs like he's Juggernaut from X-Men.
Yeah, he just running through things.
Jackson Dart looks all cool with this crazy messy hair and the face paint and chain. I had heard where there's kids that are wanting to dress up as him for Halloween with the face paint and jersey. It's like,
wow, it's really gotten far.
Yeah, that is pretty nuts. But it's just they're fun to watch, man. And maybe they only get 6 or 7 wins, but I bet those all those games are going to be fun.
Yeah, it's a renewed energy with the young guys, with Scattaboo and Dart. It's definitely a renewed energy, and Abdul Carter's the guy we all thought would be the one that would be showing out. Now, that's another issue with Bowen, not putting him in a place to succeed. I feel like he's dropping back in coverage too much. He's not on the field as much. That's another issue. But talk about a guy that you thought would be the impact right off the bat, which he is top in pressures, but he hasn't had. I think he had a sack the other day, but it got called back with a penalty. I would have never thought it would have been Scattaboo over Abdul Carter right now as the hot rookie, in Dart as well.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, we knew coming out Scotty would be a fun watch whenever he got a chance. And it is great that he's got a chance this early.
I am concerned with concussions. I hope his career.
Him and Dart.
While he's headbutting people without helmets on, save him, man, save him.
I hope he's not short-lived.
Yes.
It's only a couple of concussions, and then you're on the shelf for a while.
Hard for running backs, anyways. You're lucky if you get 3 to 5 years.
Yeah,
and I'm happy with running back by committee. He doesn't need to carry the workload like years ago. Just pick and choose your battles, and I have no problem if he needs to get out of bounds a couple times either.
Let's talk about reinforcements a little bit. When does Tyrone Tracy and Graham Gano come back?
Well, Tyrone Tracy is back. He played the other day.
Okay.
He did score on that long run.
Yeah. I missed that. Okay.
Yep. Gano is due to come off IR this week, short-term IR. Now, whether he's eligible to come off, the word is tomorrow he'll practice, or maybe even today he practiced. So it's really going to be a wait-and-see approach, how he does in practice. But once again, if I'm Brian Dable, he's an idiot. A couple years ago, going back to Gano again, he had tweaked himself in practice, and he didn't elevate the backup kicker on the practice squad just as insurance. And then what happens? Gano gets hurt during the Jets game, and the Giants should have won that game a couple years ago. So if he wants to prove he's not incompetent, my suggestion is if you're going to activate Gano, which could be a tight game this weekend, I don't think so, but it could be, then also activate Koo off the practice squad. Bring him in as insurance. I don't care about the extra roster spot with the third backup guard. Don't worry about him.
Yeah.
Give me the backup kicker just in case Gano gets hurt. The guy hasn't played in a month. I could see him hurting his hamstring on a kickoff.
Yeah,
and then we're left going for 2 points and we lose.
He's
so
definitely older.
Elevate the kicker. 2 kickers this week.
2 kickers it is.
Yeah.
Well, man, we'll leave you on that high note.
Cool.
And I think one thing me and Chad can both agree on is that we hope you beat the Raiders there at the end of the year.
Yeah. Fuck the Raiders.
There's no guarantees with this team. I learned as a Giant fan, expect the unexpected, right? Last week against the Eagles,
Unexpected.
You never know.
And then the Saints, right? And then the Saints. Saints was a game we're supposed to walk in there, and look what happened. So, one last thing, guys, if I could just say about the Giants as well. It doesn't get talked about enough, but the Giants do not create turnovers. Another problem.
Yeah.
They are, I think, they might be like -4 right now in the turnover battle. But this team does not create turnovers. Another big issue they have.
Yeah, they got to unleash that front, man. I mean, you got Kayvon Thibodeau. They have Abdul Carter. It's one of the best D lines in football. Figure out a scheme where those guys can get to the quarterback and cause some fumbles.
Well, and that's the problem too with Bowen, right? If he goes in with the game plan and it works, he looks like a hero. But once the game plan and the scheme goes off the rails and he needs to adjust, I don't think he knows what the hell he's doing because nothing changes.
It's like prevent defense.
Yeah. If it works, what a great job by Bowen. He did a masterful job, for this game as a coordinator. But once again, the game plan worked. He didn't really have to go off script. It seems like when things get off script, like late in the Denver game, I don't understand these moves.
Yeah, it did almost seem like, just judging by the way he was calling things, like after every time the Broncos did something good, he's like, damn it, they weren't supposed to do that.
I keep saying last thing, but we've heard it years ago. The team takes on the personality of the coach, and that goes for defensive coordinators. Shane Bowen's a mush. You see him on a sideline. He's got his face buried in the play sheet. He shows no type of energy. He's just stoic. I want a guy that's going to inject some energy into the defense and feed off them. And Shane Bowen doesn't give that off.
Yeah, for sure.
Can I got to say something? Dude, Steve Spagnuolo, our defensive coordinator, that is why I love him so much. I watched this show because the Chiefs put out this from their own network, a show called The Franchise each week. And they had an episode last time where they were highlighting him and all the players were talking about his accent, and how he's just kind of so Jersey and stuff. And he goes up to one of the rookies and he goes, I want you to act like that quarterback is coming for your mother.
Oh
She's
my God,
coming for your mother. How are you going to act? I felt like it was like Sopranos or something, man. I was like, that's the type of coach you need.
You know what? I will take Spagnuolo. I know nobody wants to give him a shot after his Rams situation, but the Rams were in the process of moving. They were in transition. They weren't putting any money into that team. I'll take Spagnuolo. No problem.
Can't take it from us. I love him, man. I'm going to chain him.
Maybe he'll get one more shot.
He deserves it. That's for sure.
He does. He's unbelievable, man.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, man, Chris. Well, thank you so much again for your time. We
Thank you,
appreciate
guys.
it.
Yeah, we really appreciate it, man.
Thank you, man. Appreciate the invite.
Yeah.
All the best, guys.
Yeah, you have a great night, man, and let's hope you guys can get to 6 or 7 wins this year.
At least.
Yeah, that would. Yeah, let's not set the bar too high. Maybe even
aim high. Yeah.
Sounds good, guys.
All right,
Thanks
man,
so
have
much.
a great night. We'll talk to you
All right,
soon.
all the
Take it
best.
easy, man. Bye.
Likewise.
Oh, right. Yes, Chris is good. Yeah, it's always fun having it's good having people with accents.
Oh, he's awesome.
They
man.
make it fun.
We have these people from all over. We almost got Orlando Ledbetter on again, man. He's always got a fun accent.
Yeah, Orlando's fun. Yeah, we'll have to try and get him on. He's very busy though. He writes for the paper and does all kinds of stuff.
Well, I remember he the call even mentioned him one day when they were talking about Atlanta media, and I was like, oh shit, we have that guy on.
We talked to that
That's
guy.
Cool.
Do you want to hit the Daily Dogs and then hit the music?
That's right.
All right, let's do it. It is time for the Daily Dogs.
Daily Dogs out. Oh yes, Chris.
I was gonna pick this one.
I thought you were. That's why I gave you some time, but I want to throw it in there.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Early
bird gets the worm.
Real quick, let's.
Oh, what is average is? It's a lot.
522 divided by 20. So, dude, Monty Quinn from a D3 college, I believe. Yeah, D3 Curry College.
Curry, yeah, good old Curry College.
I think it was Steph Curry made this college.
Yeah, he did.
No, I'm just playing. But this dude ran for 522 yards. That averages 26 yards.
That's not the craziest part, though, Chad.
7 touchdowns. Insane, man. I had to watch the highlights from this game, and it was like one of those high school games. Like, if you ever watched Derrick Henry's high school
where
game,
it's like a grown man against children.
It's not even fair, man.
Yeah.
He's just run almost every single carry that he had. He took to the house.
Yeah,
it was insane. I highly recommend you watch Monty Quinn's highlights from last week's game. Unbelievable. I would be embarrassed if I was that other team.
Yeah, that's pretty rough. At one point, I would just be like, "Everybody, get him!
Just get him.
Just stop doing plays.
If he lines up to the
get
right,
him. Just
everybody line up to the right.
11 guys just right on one side, just standing
Yes.
there waiting for him.
So ridiculous, man. But that's why he is my daily dog.
Daily.
That's right. All right, mine. I was going head coach this week after you picked Monty Quinn. I was like, I'm going head coach. I was initially going to pick Vrabel, but after last night, I had to pick my man Kyle Shanahan, one of the main branch from the Shanahan coaching tree.
Yep.
But dude, what this guy is doing with nobody and his backup quarterback is just insane. They keep winning. They are 5-2 right now. And I think everybody thought when Purdy went down, I mean, they still don't have Brandon Ayuk, but
Ricky Pearsall.
Ricky
dude, the
Pearsall.
list goes down the line. He made me eat crow because when they lost Fred Warner to a season-ending injury, I was like, all right, well, I'll pick up Michael Penix. Surely that, like, you lose your star linebacker, he'll have a decent game. Nope.
Dude,
shut down the
Penix didn't
Falcons.
have a bad game. I mean, 21 to 38, 241, one touchdown.
I'd still say it was pretty below average. I mean, they could not do anything on third down.
Where they killed them, though, was running. They just stopped Bijan, Tyler Algier. They had a total of 56 yards between the two of them with 18 carries. Bijan getting 14 of those.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's basically they were just moving the ball in the 20s, and they weren't really allowing them to score as the Falcons only get 10 points to the 49ers 20. Falcons are now 3-3. Like I said, 49ers 5-2. But Mac Jones, I don't know how he just keeps this team winning. It's pretty crazy. I mean, this week it was Christian McCaffrey, but Mac Jones, 152 yards, 70-26, 0 touchdowns, but then McCaffrey just goes off.
He and I think it could have been too because they were like, all right, well, Bijan's kind of usurping Christian McCaffrey as like the all-purpose back, but Christian was like, hold my beer, son.
Yeah, so 49ers,
Good pick, man.
Hats off to Mr. Kyle
He's definitely
Shanahan.
should be Coach of the Year if this continues.
He's got to be at this point. I'm trying to think of who else would be a really good candidate. I mean, Dan Campbell, I feel like is always a good candidate, but it's
kind of like Reed. Once
now.
you get that talent, there's no way it's going to happen.
Yes, Mr. Kyle Shanahan is my daily dog.
Daily.
Let's get to the music break.
All right, it is time for the music break, and we are featuring the music of Radkey this week. The name of this song is Cat and Mouse. It's off one of their first EPs, I believe, but it goes something like this. That was Radkey. You can find them on most things at Radkey Rock. The name of that song was Cat and Mouse. Make sure to go give them a like and follow on all things streaming. We will have them for one more week.
That's right.
Yes.
Yep.
No. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, because
I keep thinking
next
it's
Friday is Halloween. Oh, yeah. Gotta pass out candy.
Yeah, slanging candy, and edibles to the children. But let's get into the NCAA here with some football.
390. Check. Check. Red 18. Red 18. Needle dick. Needle dick. Needle dick.
Your name is Needle Dick.
I knew that this was a good idea.
Well, we had some big upsets in the world of college football this weekend.
Every week, it is somebody's losing. I think Ohio State is the only, and Indiana now are the only teams. No, and Texas A&M are the only teams undefeated.
Yes.
There was some good games, but 3 out of the top 10 lost. You had Ole Miss lost to Georgia, and that game was insane.
Yeah,
Ole Miss
a big game. Yeah.
Yeah, Ole Miss had a big lead for most of the game, and then in the fourth quarter, Georgia put up 17 points and totally took over that game. You could tell Ole Miss defense was just gassed, and they just ran it on them over and over again. I mean, I can't believe they just took it over like that. Ended up winning 43-35. Another big one is Alabama beat Tennessee 37-20. It wasn't even much of a game. Alabama's looking like the powerhouse that they are, like that they used to be.
Yeah, which, it was, people were wondering in the beginning of the year, things might be trouble in the Crimson Tide town.
After they lost to Florida State.
Other huge one, Arizona State upsets Texas Tech. They end up storming the field on that one, 26-22.
It's crazy. I mean, Texas Tech was looking great. I mean, they beat the shit out of KU, and I was like, damn, this looks like one hell of a team. And then they go into ASU, a team that was in the playoff last year with Scatterboot. And, yeah, they didn't put up only but 22 points. But another big one was Vandy. This might be the team of fringe fanatics this year.
The Vanderbilt.
Out of Nashville, the Vanderbilt
Diego
Volunteers.
Pavia, is that his name?
Not Volunteers. I can't remember their mascot.
Oh,
Commodores. The Commodores, yeah.
Great band as well. 70s funky.
Yeah,
music.
that's true. Yeah, Lionel Richie.
Yeah.
But yeah, they beat LSU 31-24, and Nussmeier is not looking like the hyped up quarterback. I mean, it's crazy. Everybody was talking about how like last year's draft class wasn't really that great, and they're like, wait till next year.
This year, I don't know.
And it's not looking too. Archie should probably stay another year.
Probably, because they're talking about, I heard rumors, they're not even sure if he's going to be asked back next year.
Wow.
So I don't know.
He might be having to hit the transfer portal.
Yep.
But I think out of anybody, it would be Indiana's quarterback, and they won pretty good. But I think it's Hernandez. I think his name. I'm trying to get my goddamn computer to go up.
For who? Sorry.
Indiana.
Let me get there with Signetti. Right
Mendoza. Yeah,
Yeah.
Mendoza. He's kind of being touted as, for one, the Heisman favorite and possibly the number 1 pick so far.
Ooh, well, that'll be interesting. Yeah, I saw Diego I think that's his name for Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
He was hitting the Heisman pose after their game. Yeah,
that's true.
Diego Pavia. I was right. Look at that. I remember.
I think it's the first time that Vanderbilt's beat LSU since like 1952, I think.
You gotta love those college football ones where it's like, not since 1895 have they beat them.
Yeah, they've been around for a long time.
Also, scary thing this weekend. I don't know if you saw in that Clemson game, wide receiver Bryant Wesco Jr. Got flipped and landed on his neck and got carted off. It's a very serious back injury. They will not disclose more details, but not looking good. So prayers up for him. That's a big bummer. I saw the play. It was pretty gnarly.
Yeah, you hate to see that.
Yeah. Also, the Aggies, Texas A&M, draw the SEC's first $50,000 fine for faking an injury.
Whoa, I wonder what happened there.
Yeah, you're not allowed to feign injuries, and they were found in violation for a play in the fourth quarter of the 45-42 win over Arkansas on Saturday, in which defensive tackle Tyreek Chappell sat down on the field to stop play after the ball had already been spotted. So yeah,
Damn,
they call and they say,
I
"You
didn't know
lying,
about
man."
that. Yeah, they barely beat Arkansas.
Yeah, so they got fined for that one. So that's a pretty interesting little tidbit of information there.
Yeah, the rankings got shaken up quite a bit with all those upsets, and now we'll just give you like the top 10 real quick. You got Ohio State still dominating at number 1, Indiana at number 2 now. It's the highest they've ever been in their school history. And then number 3, Texas A&M, Alabama at number 4, Georgia at number 5, Oregon at number 6, Georgia Tech. Nobody would have guessed this. 7-0. That's the other undefeated team at 7. And then Ole Miss at 8, and Miami at 9, and then Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt at number 10. Absolutely unreal.
Yeah, that is crazy. Well, yeah, I was going to bring up, did you see Alex Mortensen win with UAB? That would be, his dad, Mortensen. Chris Mortensen.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
His son ended up taking over at UAB after they fired Trent Dilfer because he sucks.
Yeah.
And he ended up upsetting at number 22 Memphis last week. They were 21.5 point underdogs, end up upsetting them 31-24. So
nice.
Hats off to him. That's a little extra daily dose, if you will. But anyways.
You want to move on to the NBA and give these guys an update on the score?
Let's get a little update going here, Mike.
Magic, right side to Scott. Slam dunk. 4 seconds. 3 seconds left. Why are they not fouling? Jumper Murray. He's on fire. Denver bounce.
Pump fake for 2. Kobe's got the Laker record.
Let's go, Rockets.
Point game.
Time I'll cheer
Ladies
for
and
'em.
gentlemen, you have witnessed the
I'm gonna be cheering against the Thunder so hard.
performance in NBA history.
Well, there's good reason to, Jack.
Yep, they cheat. They get a lot of calls, and with the new shooting foul rule, I believe they're going to get a lot of it because the slapping of the hand is now illegal.
Yeah, no touching.
Yep.
But yeah, the season's tipping off tonight. We have the game that's happening right now. Houston versus OKC. Tip off at 5:30 Mountain Standard Time right now. I believe the Rockets are up. What is it?
53 to 45.
53 to 45.
Yep.
Yep. And we are 1 minute and 31 seconds from halftime. So we will keep you posted on that. In other news, 8 p.m. tonight, Mountain Standard Time, Golden State will be taking on the Los Angeles Lakers. So that one should be
Luka versus Steph.
Yeah, Luka versus Steph.
Yep.
Skinny Luka, light Luka, Luka light.
That's true.
So we'll
Ozempic
see.
Luka.
Ozempic Luka.
Yep. And then Thursday night, the Nuggets come back. They take on the Thunder.
Is it the Thunder?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
I know the Thunder are playing their second game already.
That's messed up. Let's see, they're already cheating. Speaking of which, I said that weird. Speaking of which, OKC right now 2-1 favorites to repeat and win it all again. That is the shortest odds since the 17 and 18 Golden State Warriors when they were just on fire.
What was that? What would that be? Plus 200?
Yeah,
that's what I
you'd
thought.
have to bet 200 to win 100.
Yeah. Wow, that's insane.
So pretty wild. Other news, going to a little bit of the collector's side of things. A 1986 Fleer Michael Jordan aftermarket signed card sets a record at $2.7 million. Basically what an aftermarket signed card is a card that's signed after the fact. It's not like you opened it and it was signed. Michael Jordan signed this one, like hard signed it. You can also get ones with like the they'll put like a hologram sticker on it and they'll sign the sticker.
Yeah.
This one's just a straight Michael Jordan signature. $2.7 million sold at Golden Auctions, which I believe is that show that is on Netflix.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, which
Nice.
if you haven't watched, pretty interesting. I think Peyton Manning and Omaha Productions helped produce that one.
Oh,
so
sweet.
pretty good show about collectible auctions. But let's move on to the next thing. I haven't looked this up because it literally happened just 4 hours ago.
I don't think there's any type of details on like numbers, but yeah, the WNBA are set to. Adam Silver did say that they will get an increase in pay.
Yes, but he did say they are going to point to absolute numbers, meaning how much money we're making, as a way to measure that growth as opposed to sharing revenue. So
Yeah.
they're getting what they wanted. We'll see if it's as much as they want. I still see them going into a lockout.
Yep.
But we'll see. I think we're going to be looking at a lockout here in the MLB in the next couple of years as well when that collective bargaining agreement goes up. So
Yeah, and it's just getting ridiculous with these big market teams just winning it every year. I mean, the Dodgers look unbeatable. But, I mean, dude, if you saw from the WNBA Finals, I mean, it looked like I think there's more people at a March Madness bubble game to see who's going to get in than there was there. I mean, nobody was there. $10 tickets.
Yeah, well, I mean, imagine if Kaden Clark was there.
That's the difference,
That is the difference.
Everybody would be there.
Yeah.
Yep.
But that does it for the NBA. We will have more stuff next week as we get through the first week of the season. Let us move into the penalty box, and we will do that right now.
You go to the box, 2 minutes by yourself, and you feel shame,
You feel shame.
and then you get free.
Liar's penalty on number 8, Dave Schultz. 2 minutes for hooking.
2 minutes for hooking. I'm going to change that one. That'll be one thing we change.
Will you keep me in the penalty box?
The redux of everything.
Baby,
But it's just
lonely in the penalty
it
box.
sounded cool in the beginning, and then I was just like, oh, it just kills everything. One thing that won't be killed nor ever stopped is Mr. Jaromir Jagr, as he's at the age of 53 is starting his 38th professional season for his hometown team, the Clando Knights. Clando, it's like
Sounds like a Star Wars name. Lando
Calrissian from the Czech Republic. So they hail from Clando, Czech Republic. No idea where that is. He's debuted playing 10 minutes on the fourth line and was also hopping in on the power play. His start was delayed due to a muscle issue. Totally makes sense. 53 years old. He's probably got a lot of muscle issues.
Yeah, maybe some swollen knees.
Yeah, I can only imagine. In other news, pretty cool thing. Jonathan Taves scores his first goal of his NHL return for his hometown Winnipeg Jets. The three-time Stanley Cup champion with the Blackhawks scored his first goal since 4/13/23, 2 years, 189 days ago, due to chronic immune response from COVID.
That's weird.
He's had crazy long COVID symptoms.
Yeah, that's strange.
Yeah, hasn't been able to play. He's made it back finally, and it's pretty cool. He's producing after he wasn't sure if he'd ever step foot on the ice again. I guess it ruined his lungs.
Jeez.
So pretty messed up. Let's hit the standings real quick. I'm only covering the leaders. Detroit Red Wings in the Atlantic, 5 wins, 1 loss. Metropolitan Carolina Hurricanes, 5 wins, 1 loss. Colorado Avalanche, 5-0 with 1 overtime tie. And then in the Pacific, the Golden Knights always sitting there at top, 5-0 with 2 overtime losses. So things are kicking up. Tune in. The NHL is happening now. So get to watching. Damn it. Do something with yourself.
Yeah. Did the Avs beat the Bruins the other day?
They did. They dominated them. Kind of
we watched some of that game.
Kind of make look like they were an AHL team or something.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So yeah, we'll see. The Avs are looking good, but it's gonna be. Whoa.
I see. They're going back to they're bringing back the Nordique jerseys. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, they just dropped those.
Yeah.
I want one. Those things are sick.
Yeah,
I love the
pretty sweet.
Nordiques, and it's also cool. One of the few what's the word I'm looking for? Expansion teams that took a name and moved where the original people still like the team. Like the Nordiques are like, yeah, you're wearing our jerseys. Yeah. Where it's like the Supersonics are like, fuck.
Oh, dude, it's great. If you see these people like
that's
Seattle,
our championship, man.
Yeah. They have people in Seattle are like, oh, because they talked about what was like hanging like banners or something in like Seattle and like OKC, and they're like, no, fuck that. That's not this.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah, they do not like the Thunder, and I love it. Same way it goes for the Tennessee Titans and Oilers.
Yeah.
They don't like each other.
I did like when they wore the Oilers jerseys. Though.
The other team, the
Oilers were pissed.
Yeah,
the people, fans.
Yeah, I guess it would be the Titans.
Yeah.
Yeah. They didn't. Houston didn't like it. That's what it was.
Yeah, because they wore them.
They
against
were the
Houston.
original. Yeah.
That's what it was. We got to the bottom of it. It took a little bit, but we got there. Well, that wraps it up for the NHL. They're barely, 2 weeks into the season, so things are still happening there. Do you want to do MLB or F1 next?
Let's do F1.
All right, let's do it. Well, if you would have asked Max Verstappen when he won his hometown GP if he would be sitting here 40 points away from another championship, he would have said that you were out of your mind.
Yeah.
I would have told him he was an idiot if that's what someone said to him.
That's what I thought. It was 42, but then when I looked it up just right now, it's...
Are we reporting wrong off of
40 from the the top, yeah. But
Yeah.
he's only 26 now from Lando.
Oh yeah, I think he's
see
going
what
to
you mean.
catch Lando.
Yeah.
And it's hilarious because there's no reason he should be close other than the fact that they cannot figure out what to do with Piastri and Norris. Well, it's insane. Zach Brown. We were talking about Dable. Zach Brown might be right up there.
Yeah, I really highly recommend listening to Gunther Steiner break down like what's going on right now, because he said it. He said because McLaren's already wrapped at the Constructors' Cup, they're kind of already looking towards 2026. They're not really, because some teams, it's kind of like in
you get
football.
bonuses.
Like in football and baseball and stuff like that, if your team is a buyer and you could make a push for the championship, you're going to trade and you're going to make upgrades.
Yeah.
You're going to trade for good players. And that's the way it's going with some of these teams. Even Ferrari's getting better. Mercedes made some upgrades. But McLaren's not really worried about that. They're trying to figure out the upgrades for 2026. That may give them a really good start to kick off the season of 2026, but that's allowing Red Bull and these other teams to catch up to them. And the big issue what Gunther mentioned is, dude, they don't know they're not really doing Oscar any favors.
No.
Because what they should do is be like, all right, Oscar, Lando, you've got it locked down, Oscar. You're clearly the better driver. We're going to put all the attention and the effort into your car. You're going to get the driver's championship. But instead, they're like letting them be like two children instead of having one toy. They're breaking the toy and giving them both to that.
Yeah, Zach Brown, I think a big issue is that he wants Lando to be the golden child. I don't know if maybe it's a good way to put it. It's kind of like the Shador thing, and obviously it's a fifth string quarterback. That's not the thing, but it's like the owner or the GM, one of them drafted him.
Yep.
And now there's all this stuff where it's like there's turmoil now because he wants, to see the thing that he wanted, his shiny toy, to win and do good. And I think we're seeing that same thing with Zach Brown, where it's just like they don't want to hurt Lando's feelings.
I think that's what it is. Because, they, instead of like letting Piastri actually race Max, it's almost more of like a balanced situation. So to break it down, Max just swept the Austin weekend, where he got, because they get points for the sprints.
Yeah.
And he took home 33 points at the end of the weekend. He just basically cleaned up in every possible way. He got the pole for the sprint, and then he led all the laps for the sprint race, won the sprint race, then got the pole, then led all of the laps of the Grand Prix and won the Grand Prix.
Yeah. He's like a triple crown right there. He
Yep.
won it all. And in the sprint race, Piastri and Lando Norris end up wrecking each other.
Yeah. That's a big one. They tried blaming it on Nico Hulkenberg, but then Zach Brown tried walking back his comments and saying, because he called it amateurish. But I think a lot of it had to do with those two that were trying to gain position. It wasn't really, I don't think it was really quite Nico Hulkenberg's fault.
Yeah. it's their faults because they don't know what they're doing. They can't get out of their own way right now.
You know, if Oscar's winning, they tell Oscar to give up the position to Lando. If Lando's winning, you know, it's a weird situation, and they call it papaya rules, and papaya it's not working. But
Papaya's got some problems.
Yeah.
The obvious solution, like we were just talking about, which is team orders the simple principle that one driver is prioritized over the other to nullify the threat of Verstappen and win all of it rather than just getting the constructors.
Yep.
And McLaren has dismissed the idea of ever doing that. And the fact that Norris is only now 14 points behind Piastri means the idea of doing that makes less sense than ever now.
Yep.
So yeah, now they're basically, instead of just putting all their eggs in one basket and running away with it, now they're going to have to figure out a way to basically like start blocking Verstappen. Like, I don't know how you're going to do it.
Yeah, it's going to be weird. But in this race, Verstappen did got first. Lando got second. Charles Leclerc got third. The Ferraris are getting better. They really are. Because Lewis, he finished his fourth. He got real close to a podium, first podium, but not quite there.
I did see something the other day where right now he's like the worst Ferrari driver in terms of like not already getting a podium after starting to drive a Ferrari. Well, so everybody was like, he's the worst.
Did you see where his team, they're doing a third-party investigation where he's thinking Ferrari's holding him back. Because
really?
They don't want him to break Schumacher's record.
Yeah, Schumacher.
Yeah. It's, dude.
That'd be one way to do it. We'll sign him and then we'll just
let him do okay.
We'll just keep
it's weird. You should check it out because I think there's going to be some real lawsuits coming. And he may be leaving. We'll see. But then Piastri got fifth. George Russell got sixth. And then Yuki Tsunoda, the pride of Japan. It was a good weekend for Japan. He got seventh. I think that might be one of his best finishes this year.
Yeah, Tsunoda has not done that well this year, so it's nice to see him catching up. I mean, the Constructor Cup is gone, so it doesn't really matter at this point in terms of Red Bull's points in that matter. But if he can get up a little bit closer to Verstappen, and maybe box somebody out and help keep him up in the points.
It really helped. Max is doing it all on his own, man.
Poor guy.
Yeah, that's how he's always done it.
That's why he's the best ever.
Yeah.
Well, it's gonna be probably.
Yeah, but we do have another one this weekend. They are going to Mexico City.
Mexico.
Yes, indeed. And it will be at 2 p.m.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. That'd be great. The Chiefs play Monday night, so I'll get to watch this. When I was at Don's and I had the race on, and the people were like, "What are you watching?" I said, "F1." No one gets it. I'm like, dude, I've got to fucking know, man. Gotta watch this shit, too.
I was too invested in the Broncos game. I couldn't turn it on. I was just like,
I don't blame you.
Stay. And
I
then
don't
stuff
blame you.
started happening.
That was crazy.
But yeah, that's one of the few races I haven't been watching the entirety of. So I will get back into it for Mexico.
2 p.m.
2 p.m. I love it. It's right in the middle of the day.
Oh, dude, we should announce, too, breaking news for all you F1 fans. A deal has been made, and Apple TV will be the broadcaster.
I did see that.
F1 starting next year. They signed, God, I think it was 230 mil. I know it was 70 million more than what ESPN's paying this year. And all F1 will be on.
No, that means that
Apple
they're probably
TV.
going to do Drive to Survive. I bet they're they're not.
No, they said
that's surprising.
Netflix will still keep that. And both of them came out and said this helps either or, because I mean those red flags guys, they are open about, like, they started doing that podcast 4 years ago because of Drive to Survive. That's what got them into it. And now they've got a massive fucking podcast.
Yeah.
And so Netflix said we love that Apple's doing this. It'll help draw viewers to Drive to Survive, and then vice versa. But yeah, it's great because, dude, there's so many times where I have streaming issues with ESPN that it sucks, dude. They gotta fix their issues. I mean, $1 billion.
Well, they were supposed to. They made the app easier, but I think it made everything worse.
It made it worse. It really did. Yeah.
They're like, it's so much easier to use, and it's like everything's broken.
No, there's a lot of times where I get an error and it pisses me off.
I hate errors.
Apple TV, dude.
I hate
Streaming
breathing error. I hate errors and messages. I hate it all.
Yep.
Well, let's get into the MLB, as the World Series has been set in stone.
Yes,
Vaughn, a juvenile delinquent in the offseason in his major league debut.
Gonna light your ass up, me.
Vaughn into the windup in his first offering. Just a bit outside. He tried the corner and missed.
Yes, the Los Angeles Dodgers will have their chance to become back-to-back champions, and they will be going to Toronto to start that off.
Yes, it's been 30 years since Toronto's made it, and the last time they did, they won. So we'll see, but they are going up against the juggernaut that is the Los Angeles Dodgers. In Game 1, they are going to call on Blake Snell to pitch in Game 1, and then Yamamoto will be taking over in Game 2. The issue therein lies, I don't think Toronto can get past this bullpen.
Not just the bullpen, the starting pitching. The starting pitching,
bullpen, starting pitching, all of it.
It's all. They are a juggernaut. Their starting pitcher, the 4 pitchers, their combined ERA for the playoffs so far,
it's like
0.63. 0.63. That's insane.
Yeah. In October, Blake Snell 0.86, 12 Ks, 9 innings pitched. 9 Ks, 21 innings pitched. Yoshinobu Yamamoto 1.83, 8.2 Ks. Dude, they're just how do you beat these guys?
You can't hit on them. I mean, Vlad Guerrero, it's going to be so interesting because he's having an insane postseason. I think he's got 4 or 5 home runs.
I think he hit over 400 in that last series against the Mariners.
Yeah, he was hitting great in that series. But, I mean, just the starting pitching for the Dodgers. The Dodgers have only lost 1 postseason game since the playoffs started.
Yeah, and they've been waiting for 5 days.
Yeah, I don't believe they've given up 3 runs.
Yeah.
It's unreal.
Yeah, and it's like, and then after those 2 guys, you've got Tyler Glasnow, who's 6'8", and throws mid-90s. And then Shohei Ohtani. Don't forget about that guy. Yes. Let's get into that game.
I was wondering if you would pick him as your daily dog, but
I thought about it.
Fitting to wait for baseball because we saw on last Saturday night, right? Saturday night.
Yeah.
It was the greatest game a baseball player has ever played, and there is no question about that. Because there's only been, I think, 26 players in history to have 3 home runs in the same postseason game.
Yeah.
There's only been 12 pitchers to ever throw 10 strikeouts and not give up any runs. Guess what? He did it both in the same game.
Yeah. I mean, it's like literally the equivalent of a quarterback throwing for 300 yards, like 3 touchdowns, and he had a sack and a pick. You know what I mean? And 3 tackles.
It's unreal the game he had. Beal was texting me during. He was like, "Dude, you need to see this Ohtani game." I wish I would have turned it over. I caught the highlights later because I was watching. Glorious Bastards in the Mariners game at the same time. But yeah, it's something I've never seen before, man. It's just nobody's ever seen it, and we can put to bed, oh, he's almost as good as Ruth. He's far better. And if you look at the numbers,
and the guys he's going against are better than anybody Ruth went against.
Yeah. Black people.
Black people. Yeah,
there's Hispanic people.
Yeah, a lot of Dominicans.
Sure, they would have hit off Ruth.
And now we got Japanese guys who are the best players in the world.
Very true.
So yeah, as Chad said, he threw 6 shutout innings, struck out 10, hit 3 home runs that traveled 1,342 feet, including the one that flew out of the stadium.
469 feet.
Completely out of Dodger Stadium. And they completed a championship series sweep that felt like they didn't even do anything. No. And then after the game, their manager, whose name I can't remember right now, damn it. Dodgers manager. He said, "Let's go win 4 more and really piss off everybody." Basically, it should really give them a reason to hate us.
I mean, dude, they really are, and it's kind of
Dave Roberts. Damn it.
Yeah. So,
and it's unfortunate because, I mean, I wish that our dark horse teams, being Toronto and the Mariners, didn't have to face each other, and we could see them both in the World Series, you know what I mean? Because it does kind of suck that it was like these 2 little teams like having a really good series against each other, and then they just got to go get annihilated by the
Blue Jays have the 5th highest payroll. They're a pretty big
they're up
Toronto
there.
is a massive city, you know. Seattle, I don't know where they are as far as payroll, but it's got to be middle of the pack.
Yeah.
I mean, they got Cal Raleigh on that team. I mean, I just thought
Who will probably be a Dodger or a Yankee here in a few years.
yeah, it's going to be like this, man.
That's what's messed up.
Until they put a
feel
salary cap on this.
I feel bad.
Yep. And I mean, how could you put a salary cap when these guys have contracts that go on for 10, 15 years sometimes?
Yeah, I
don't
mean,
know
or
what to do.
Shohei Ohtani's, which is like 30.
Yep. And did you see the Dodgers already made that $700 million back in
Oh
ticket
yeah, they're
sales?
saying they might have doubled what
Yeah.
they paid him.
It's
because all of the just everything
Merch.
overseas.
Yeah.
And they're paying him $2 million a year.
Jeez. It's unreal, man. I would not be surprised if they sweep it. I'll be shocked. Their starting pitching is the best we've ever seen.
I don't see how the Blue Jays can generate offense. I mean, maybe they'll shock the world. Crazier things have happened, but I just don't see it. Unfortunately, I think it's going to be a pretty lackluster World Series. But you can watch it to see Shohei Ohtani because on any given night, this guy's going to do something you've never
It's
seen.
like watching a goat because that's what it's going to be. Yeah, but
whether
like
you
Chris
hate
said,
the Dodgers or not, tune in.
Exactly. It's like watching Tom Brady. It's like, goddamn, I hate it, but you are watching the GOAT.
Yeah.
But like Chris said at the beginning of the episode, there is tons of sports going on in this week. We have the basketball starting up. Oh man, that game shut off. I'm gonna have to fix that.
ESPN. Bro.
Football. It's on NBC actually. And then we got a UFC pay-per-view and F1 this weekend. We got so much to watch, man.
There's a lot.
So Tom Aspinall will be taking on Cyril Gane. Gane will get his second chance to try to get the title, but Tom Aspinall, after John Jones retired, has been crowned the heavyweight champ. We haven't had a heavyweight title fight in quite some time, ever since John Jones, pretty much. And this is going to be a fight for the ages because, I mean, Tom Aspinall's never been out of the first round. He finishes everybody.
Yeah, and Cyril Gane is a scary guy, but I don't know if he's going to be able to stand up against Tom Aspinall. Guy soaks his knuckles in gasoline. I don't know what to tell you. That's crazy.
Yep. He's a badass British fighter, man. He's been raised in fighting ever since he was a kid. His dad was a fighter, and I mean, he's just been training. He's like a prodigy, pretty much. Cyril Gane's a great kickboxer, but one punch from Tom Aspinall, lights
it's over.
out.
Yeah. And then in the straw weight women's division, it's the co-main event, Verna Jandiroba versus Mackenzie Dern.
Yep.
And then the bantamweight, we got Umar Nurmagomedov versus Mario Bautista. And that one should be a good one, as anybody that has a DOV at the end of their name is usually really good at mixed martial arts.
Yeah, I remember the last time we saw Umar, he broke his hand in the Merab fight, and he was actually giving Merab some trouble until, breaking his hand. And he's actually one of the only Nurmagomedovs that's not known for his wrestling. It's more for his kickboxing. So that should be a good fight. Mario Bautista is 16-2. But I am really excited for that women's strawweight because it was Zhang Wei Li that relinquished her title to go up and fight Valentina Shevchenko.
Yeah.
Which is going to be a super fight in a women's division. And so this is going to be great. It's going to crown a new champion. Big fan of Miss Mackenzie Dern. She's seriously got legs like Saquon Barkley. She has tree trunk thighs. Insane jiu-jitsu. But Jana Darova, she's cool, man. I mean, a crazy cross-eyed lady that just like, she goes out there looking like Rob Schneider's daughter from Grown Ups, and I hate it, but dude, she looks just like that girl. But
I didn't say, just now you said that. Like, just a little picture. I'm saying, yeah, that looks.
We've always joked about that, but it's like she is a total underdog. I mean, it's just crazy. You got this cross-eyed girl that looks pretty goofy going up against a really pretty Mackenzie Dern. So it's like Cinderella versus like the ugly stepdaughter or something. But both of them coming from Brazil. Both of them were scrappers. They actually, I did want to mention this. They actually fought one time on a fight night in Vegas's the Performance Center
When it was COVID.
I think that's when it was
all
because there
quiet.
was nobody in there. But Mackenzie Dern pulled out the win. She actually got her nose broken that and still toughed out and won the third round to win the fight. So. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if Jana Darova could get the her revenge.
Yeah, I will be interested to see that as well. I'm gonna have to find a way to tune into this one. Oh wait, yeah, it's a 321. All right, yeah.
Oh yeah, it is. It's in Abu Dhabi. Oh, because I got a concert that night. Oh, I should be able to catch this one. Fuck yes.
Oh, because it's gonna be early in the day.
Yeah, because let's see, it starts at
10.
Pay-per-view starts at noon. Oh, I am tuning into this.
Chad's happy.
He's
happy.
It's in Abu Dhabi.
Abu Dhabi.
All right, let's get to the man, the myth, and the legend.
Himself, Mr. John Daly, as he grips it, rips it, and hits it hard, man.
I hit it hard, man. So far, man. No laying up, no holding back. Ain't afraid of nothing, it's a natural fact. I hit it long, man. Till it's gone, man. Keep taking chances, live at large. I hit it hard.
That's right. It's the end of the episode, and every episode we like to feature somebody, anybody for that matter, who does anything that exudes or exhibits excellence. And this week, we're going with somebody that we all love, the never aging, always funny, Mr. Paul Rudd.
Ant-Man himself.
Yes. Talk to us about it, Chad.
Yes, indeed. I know this is a little bit of a homer pick, but I think it's pretty cool for what he's doing it for. It's a little charity kind of thing. But I couldn't really find anything else, and I thought this kind of was fitting. But goddamn stupid ads, man.
Yeah, we're having trouble finding DDOE, so if you guys see anything out there, send them our way, and we'll talk about them, and we'll shout you out, and we'll be greatly appreciative.
Yeah, but in a powerful show of community spirit, actor and Kansas City native Paul Rudd has partnered with the Kansas City Chiefs to launch a new discounted ticket program for veterans, low-income families, and individuals facing hardships across Missouri and Kansas. I love that because we all want to go to a game. I mean, the Broncos tickets used to be kind of cheap before they started getting better. And
now they're insane.
Same with the Chiefs. I mean, you can't really go to a game without spending $175, $200 at least.
That's sometimes just to get in.
That's just for nosebleeds. Yeah. But the initiative is called Red Friday for All, aims to make the game day experience at Arrowhead Stadium more accessible to those who might otherwise never get the chance to witness Chiefs football in person. I love this because I saw that it really helps out, I mean, obviously the low income, but there needs to be more programs that help out veterans. Veterans do so much for us. They go over and they protect our country. I really appreciate organizations like this and initiatives like this. So hats off to Paul Rudd for always being the super cool dude that he is.
Yeah, and he is a Kansas City super fan. He said, Kansas City has always been about heart, hard work, unity, and showing up for one another. Football here isn't just a sport. It's part of who we are. This program is our way of making sure that anyone who loves this city can feel the energy of Arrowhead on a Sunday. I think that sums it up. Everybody should get the chance to go to their favorite teams, or whatever sport it is. They should get to go see their favorite team. And unfortunately, it's just too damn hard these days. Everything's too damn expensive. We have to laud these places for giving us $5 discount menus on shit that costs them like 30 cents to make, like nachos with cheese cups.
Hot dogs, you know? Seriously.
So, yeah, I mean, anything that gets people in that deserve to be in or don't get the chance to be in, we are all for here at Fringe Fanatics. We like to include everyone. So, on that note, thank you, Paul Rudd. Thank you, the Chiefs. And thank you, John Daly, for always allowing us, whether you like it or not, to use your name, image, and likeness for our own. Yeah, we appreciate it. So, on that note, we are going to get out of here. We will catch you all next week. We greatly appreciate you tuning in.
We'll be back.
Make sure, be a friend, tell a friend, and as always, like, share, subscribe, and follow. We will be we'll be back next week. We love you, Chadley. Love you, buddy.
Love you, buddy.
We will catch you.
Tune back in
next Tuesday. Bye-bye.